Alrighty. Continue with Rogue Trader. We're gonna still try to escape Camargue. So two options really. What we do is we can go kill the commissar, which I don't think will progress anything, or we go into the anatomical opera, which we've been allowed permission to enter via the boss. Basically, I want to do this in order to. That's more likely how we're gonna get companions back, but I do kind of want to kill the commissar. So if this locks us out of killing the commissar, maybe I'll reload and just go do that. We'll see. But we'll always check this out first. Oh. Well, that's good. Glad I lost more companions again. Okay, it's not causing any more actual debuffs.
It's about time.
Okay, so hallucinogenic experience, sparks gets you're walking on a deep bottomless abyss, beckons you to jump and brace softer than any featherbed in the world. Okay, so Mind Maggot is going crazy. Cool. Cool, so it's trying to make us suicidal, which is potentially the Mind Maggot trying to prevent us from getting towards something that will cause us to
Victory awaits.
remove it. I think Curtain shoves you away. It's surprisingly strong for a lifeless piece of fabric. It's like, you know, made of skins, obviously. Hey, Mort. Edelsorod. Yeah, it's all people that aren't actually obviously here. Such a disobedient specimen. You're still not dead? Anomaly? Picture in front of you is a patchwork of skin stuffed with darkness, corruption, and sharp objects. Staring at you with its scalpel eyes, it grumpily remarks. Its foul, corrupt thoughts reach out to you, groping at your face. Giggle at the amusing stranger. But I see you'll soon become a very obedient specimen. Convulsive spasms, hysterical reactions. Come here. Pokes your chest, its triangular fingernail, easily penetrating your skin. Strange sound throbs to the edge of your awareness, sounds similar to my own scream. Oh, that's not good. Hey guys, how's it going? You guys just standing there? Grotesque fire-like figure looms over you. The limbs wave fanatically, chittering, clackering as they rip something apart and stitch it back together again, and then you realize its canvas is your flesh. The Xenos gaze is indifferent, and this low voice echoes through the room. The sample has been extracted, the specimen is alive, body and mind expected to function within normal parameters. Monkey. Examine the Xenos. There's something fundamentally wrong with his silhouette and his twitchy, abrupt movements. It sets your mind reeling in disgust. Each of his mechanical tool appendages seems designed to be as sickening and horrifying as possible. That happened to me. The control worm in your nervous system detected my proximity. It signaled it was dying by injecting a lethal dose of hallucinogenic euphorphins into your bloodstream. A resourceful individual. Yep, that's what I was assuming. Are you Tervantias? You're absolutely correct, specimen. I'm Tervantias. Tervantias. The Archmachinator. Machinator? Archmachinator? Homunculus and conductor of this place. That staggers the imagination soul of my anatomical opera. Thinking my head is your pet? Holds up the pale maggot, the same one you saw in Mazari's hands. As you watch, the tool-like appendage forms a swift dissection. Its flesh bursts under the scalpel-like claw, and blossoms into a disgusting, slimy flower. Slow manner of speaking creates an unnerving dissonance with the frantic movements of its limbs. I grew a specimen specifically for you, monkey. During your interrogation, it intoxicated your feeble senses to limit unnecessary resistance. What a curious experiment it was. I usually extract control worms from specimens posthumously. You possess some degree of bodily fortitude. That's not what my Corral stat says. Which made for an unpleasant surprise for Drakon Morazai. Former Drakon, that is. That foolish whelp expected less of you, and you humiliated him, because we ruined the trial and humiliated him in front of the Archons. Gave me something to think about. A good specimen. I don't know if saying any of this does anything. Say nothing for a second. Softly clicks his appendage stuffed with dozens of needle-thin fingers. So what do I owe you now? You'll serve me, such as life inspires. The Arbanian urged me to pay attention to your allegedly extremely gifted self-specimen. Let us see if you make a good tool. Same as you, little moth, he points sincerely at. Unless, of course, the darkness of Kamarog burns you as fast as the others. What does this mean, homunculus? Who knows, Asirene? Who knows? What did this Arabinian tell you? This information should not burden your undeveloped mind. Arbinian told me enough to give you a chance to enter my anatomical opera. That's all you need to know. You, a Drukhari, would do business with a human? How remotely open-minded. Do business? I will do no business with you. I will use you. Survive the battle in the arena, which means you have uncommon parameters for your kind. You are a lesser organism, true, but the towering heights of my wisdom make it difficult to distinguish between your inferiority and the inferiority of most of my kin. Okay, fair enough. That's pretty open-minded for Drukhari, definitely. What do you want from me? You'll turn to the arena of the Fatal Thirst, you'll kill a few more witches' fosterlings for me, and you might even spill blood of one of the proselytes. They are long overdue a small lesson in humility. They have forgotten their place, they lack respect, they do not appreciate my work, and they fail to recognize my authority. Sure, we can do murder. We're good at murder. Oh, we have some guests for the opera. Here comes Aebus and his fosterlings. Leader of the blood-stained proselytes has paid a visit to the anatomical opera. Take this opportunity to study them properly. They won't dare touch you here. We'll just do this. They're not serving enemies, Manny, but I'll never turn down the opportunity to kill Vizianos. Response is acceptable. If you behave like a good specimen, you'll eventually receive my help in escaping. Interesting. Fleshmaster is mad at us to help us escape in favor of his unholy designs, but the price still on dock will be unfair and terrible. Hey, 100 XP. Obedience will be rewarded. Take your crude gear with you. I abhor such technological banality, but a creature as undeveloped as you may find use of it. Once you're finished with this, go and look at the ones that will be your executioners when the time comes for you to die. Oh, hey, go find Cabela. Remember, if you try to deceive me, you'll suffer a fate worse than death. I even know which fate specifically. The pale monkey, the one who could not stop prattling about your pitiful faith, was quite susceptible to my method. Oh my god, do we get our gear back? No, we're keeping everything right now. Sheer primitiveness of your technologies. Go, specimen. Deliver Tervantias' message in blood in the arena of witches. I would like to speak to you about a member of my retinue. Which specimen in particular? My navigator. Where is she? A female with an exceptionally strong connection to the Veil, as well as a number of rare monkey mutations, most notably a third eye. I'm studying the influence of complete isolation from the Veil and the outside world and the specimen's abilities. So what's through it, or a bunch of like Necron pylon material, Blackstone, right? I'm studying the influence of complete isolation, on their sanity and physical condition. She no longer screams inside her reservoir, but she is certainly still alive. I'm not yet ready to conclude the experiment. Heinrichs. The monkey male with a consistent connection to the Veil, beautiful endurance for pain, his stubbornness procures high-grade essences of torment, positively frothing with agony. Wait until he is expended and you may have whatever is left. My bodyguard, Cabela. Alright. I actually do have her. Female specimen, negligible veil influence, primitive notions of death. I disproved her views on cessation of existence by way of reanimation and uncomplicated manipulation of the mind. You may take your monkey servant, or however many of her are left in there. I intend to dispose of them all the same. Interesting. Unclear exactly what it meant here. Does it mean you revived her or revived other people in front of her? I tortured Pascal. Why? I was curious to see what kind of symbiosis might emerge between the rudimentary monkey augments and my own unflawed creations. Much like cartilage infused with steroids will swell a subject's feeble body, new computational circuits sprouted throughout his algorithms. I found the process enlightening. Let's see. Will you relinquish them? Why would I? Let's try practicality, I guess. Then you find yourself other fighters. Okay. I'll find a way to free them, no matter what you do or say. Once they have exhausted your utility, I will let you take the scraps. Okay. You and your craft. Am I to understand that the most fearsome Drukhari warriors are created by artisans such as you? Oh. It's a quest. Without a doubt, even the most skilled witches and mighty Kabbalites are outstripped by the pure destructiveness of our genius. Yet, I long ago rose above the building of commonplace battle beasts. The monstrosities I create are unique. My last specimen, the Katanos, surpassed every trifle ever made by my rivals. I fed it elite warriors until it escaped and hid in the mangled sector. Ah, that's the thing that eviscerated us. I would have caught it, but then a new idea drew my attention. At present, I'm working on a grotesque of previously unknown power built from the most exquisite and exotic body parts from strong fighters. Specimen, should you ever see the corpse of a fine warrior or mighty creature lying at your feet, cut out the best part and bring it to me. Oh! A fascinating experiment. Do you not get enough monsters in this accursed city? Your lesser kind is not completely devoid of inquisitiveness, characteristics of full-fledged beings. Why did I survive the interrogation? The body was given to me for disposal. It was thrown into the cesspit. It is an anomaly that the specimen did not die. I might consider fitting disposal chute with a shredding mechanism. Yeah, what? Yeah. You'd think that'd be like if you actually wanted to make sure you do something. As her flesh is twisting to truth, had the Aberranian not interfered into Archon's child, it's unlikely anyone would have survived the questioning. That is fair. Okay, let me read the quest before I hand over stuff. Okay, let's get rid of the quest. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's retrieve Cabela first. Yep, that's one thing we need to do. Why exactly would we do this? Like, do we get a reward for it? That's the real question. Because if there's like a reward for it, then we have something we could work with. Okay. Oh my god, did it actually re-equip everyone? Oh my lord. It did. Okay, well, I was literally just about to go do all that. But since it's all done already, we're fine. I am curious. Darn. It is going to... So, I guess oldest is going to be applicable. Was there anything... No, it was, yeah. Is this the exact same? That's the exact same. Okay. What about you? What kind of boots do we have for you? It's not a sword though, so actually it's important, pointless. Endless helmet's still fine. Some stuff to give Cabela, basically. Okay. Well, we don't need to do that, so we can continue on. Let's grab Cabela first. Here's some goods. Like, why would I give him stuff? Because, like, from what I understand, we're going to have to fight wherever that object is. Well, we'll help you in a second, Cabela. We gotta loot first. I hope you understand. Oh. Fascinating. Slaughter cages littered with corpses, their arms sticking out between the bars and their pale faces pressed against the cold metal. Above them stands Cabela, frozen between two female fighters. Listen to their sinister whispers, her arms hanging limply. You are nothing but a weapon designed to spill blood. You have no will of your own and thus cannot resist it. Admit him. He has sullied you, shattered you. You are an unholy imitation. You should have accepted this by now. Examine the cage. Each corpse has one or two brutal, indisputably lethal wounds. A pierced heart, slashed dirt, a black void instead of an eye socket. Each body, both living and dead alike, has the same face. Cabela's face. Examine the figures. They have her face, yet there's no mistaking one for the other. One of them is twisted in a still mask-like grimace of loathing, and the other wrastles of ripping its own throat apart. You were created to serve as a tool. You don't have the capacity to oppose the hand that commands you. That is why, sooner or later, you will succumb. You are ruined. That is why the Undying One refuses to take you away. Now you are prey for the wicked, their plaything. After getting a better look at the doppelgangers, you notice faint scars on their skin left by the scalpel that has transformed their appearance. Subtle as the sculptor's handwork may be, it does not stand up to my scrutiny. Right, so they're, yeah, trying to cause their mental problems. Your fabrications. Who are you before the homunculus changed you, and why do you play along? We are her. We are shards of her soul that are crushed and cursed. Do you not recognize your servant in her new form? You think she is cleaner than us, Domine? That she is broken. Nothing could shake the Cabela you knew. Before you was a warped imitation of who she was. Repulsive, tainted. What happened here? Stay away, Domine. I have been corrupted. The officer said you were dead. The worthless blade had failed you, and all I could do is to break itself against the bones of its enemies and wash against the shame. I fought them. I forced them to take my life, but... Dark Flesh Craver, he committed an atrocity. He spurned death itself. Whenever I had received a mortal wound, he would wrest my fading soul from his hands. He mended my wounds, made my heart beat once more, kindled my consciousness a moment before it could be extinguished forever, and he did it again and again and again. And every time I found myself upon death's threshold, he claimed a part of my soul to create this. Unhallowed replicas, my soul is mutilated. I'm a mockery of what I once was. I can't fight, not anymore. Not even the most skillful among the blasphemous Xenos can fracture the soul of one of his servants. The homunculus is playing a mind game with Cabela by convincing her that these puppets are part of her. In truth, it is merely intricate deception. I'm taking you away from here. You will not endanger the Domine. You have been in the homunculus's hands for too long. You do not know how much control he has gained over you. What if you turn out to be its instrument and not that of the Domine in a critical moment? What if it's a trap, a poisoned gift? True Cabela lies among these corpses. You are just her vestige, her infinitesimal trace defiled by Xenos. You are unclean, and now you would stain the Domine with your abominable essence. They are right. I cannot go with you. It must be the homunculus' trap. Who can say? Perhaps I'm not even the true Cabela, merely a shard. We have a couple options here. Probably Lore Imperium, because that is one that is going to succeed all the logic. Yep, we'll do the lore one. Let's appeal to her religious. The Dying One is testing you. What do you do now? Show doubt and disgrace yourself. Do not reproach me, Domine. Not even you have that right. You who are not of the dread of You who know not of the dread of looking at your own face and questioning what you are. Enough. If there's no answer, I will carve in my flesh into existence. I am the second spinner of Bloodstone One, I Cabela, and I name myself the True One. Right, it's kind of irrelevant, right? If you truly believe it, just kill the other ones and then, yep, I'm Cabela now. Right, it's the clone issue, where it's like, well, if all the other ones are dead, you might as well be the real one. There are two prisoners raise their weapons and do not possess even a tenth of the speed of a true death cultist. Can you feel it, Domine? The shards have become whole. The torturous ringing is gone. Only silence remains. As for the wounds that this place have left, no matter. I am your blade once again, yearning for your command. If you can find a moment to spare, I'd like to ask you to speak with me, somewhere more private. Hey.
Whisper and be heard.
Did your equipment come back? It did. You, madame. Yeah, glaive is... Yeah, do the incubus grave. Much stronger. A little power buff for her. Oh, she has no helmet. See her helmet. Cool. And also, let's get her the sword gloves. Oh, that is very good. But we did make her an assassin. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay, those are really good. But I think getting a counter attack on parries is more important. Do this. Alright. It's coming together. I've got a common talent to choose. Bloody mess. I mean, 10% chance for some extra damage is nice. Let's see. What are the things I've starred? Okay, we don't need agility. Weapon skill. We're not at a breakpoint. It's a little... I mean, it's doable because we tend to run a lot of melee, but it's fine. I already grabbed Dukari weapon proficiency, right? Yeah. I don't think we need Dukari. Chain weapon expert. So weapon skills, not a terrible idea. I mean, at this point, getting health is extremely useful. I do wish this one had a little bit something else going on, because it only affecting axes and hammers is kind of weird to call it melee weapon specialist. I mean, it's better than them separating those two out into separate things, but still. I mean, swift movement. Let's just get more health. At this point, we are in a point where getting that extra health is important. Can we loot your friendly corpses? We can. They're all garbage. I'll keep one of each. Okay. Well, we got Cabela back. That increases our firepower by a good amount. Oh, Mazzari's up here. Can we talk to Mazzari? No. Oh, hey. Look, Karian, this is the monkey that costed your place at Archon's side. Mazzari's eyes flare of turquoise fire at the sight of you, an immediate, uncontrollable urge to kill. He seizes the blade hanging from his belt and freezes at the shout of the metal-studded Xenos. Careful to meet for the arena, Mazzari. If Sinersta is short on toys for her fighters, you will be punished again. She seems to enjoy putting you against Coyote Murray, but this time she don't seem necessary to give you back your skin after you slay them all. Motionless, Mazzari turns his head towards his kin, who you notice a thin red stripe on his neck below his ear, like a fresh stitch. Shaken with barely contained rage, the former Dracon stares at you with dark eyes. Oh. Because, yeah, he does speak human. Your kin do not seem overly fond of you. He casts a glance at Thames Glitch at the witches and without hesitation switches to low gothic. The witch cult scum is not my kin. The half-borns like Avis here belong with the filth of the chasm. I saw what happens at Trail. You were tricked. Tervantias' creation must have been a low-grade imitation if the mirage did not completely overwhelm you. Even if what you say is true, what is it to you? I am trapped. You are trapped. We can help each other. You help me? Why would the quarry help the hunter? You expect me to believe that? I not would ever believe in that. So he might fit. He's a Drukari, so this one might be completely like acceptable. But let's insult his honor. Oh, so you like being this dump at the beck called rabble? Aren't you afraid they won't give you back your skin next time? Clicks his tongue and rears back. Before he can respond, Evis makes an impatient gesture. I am tired of listening to you and your old friend whispering in primitive babble. Enough, we must go. But as he walks away, he cannot resist tossing an unreadable look in your direction. Are we going to get him as a companion, potentially? That'd be really... Because I know there's, like, in Wrath of the Righteous, there's, like, a bunch of, like, late-game companions that are, like, kind of very optional, whether you can get them. There's, like, I guess spoilers, but Social's brother is one, where it's, like, if you're going down a certain route and you do certain things correctly, it's either he kind of dies in the arena, which is kind of the situation we have here, or he can join you afterwards. Alright, and I don't see a way to get anywhere else. We don't have a way to get there. Cool. No. I require your aid. Forget yourself, specimen. Go serve and I will. My success benefits you. It is reasonable for you to help me. If you are unable to make yourself useful, I'd rather wait for you to die. I see. It appears you're no use to me whatsoever. Let's just do it. Good materials. Good specimen. Bring me more. Why would I do that? It seems like a horrible idea. No, we're not doing that. It's the only purpose for it is the only thing, but like I cannot think of a logical reason besides trying to ingratiate ourselves to him that like we would just be like, oh, here's this thing that surely won't come back to haunt us or the Imperium very soon. Oh my god. Right, so that's we need to go talk to Cabela. Okay. Well, let's go do that.
A new challenge for me?
Wolfar. Oh, this is the Space Marine, right? Yeah, I mean, he has Space Marine powder armor.
Cut down. The pause guarding.
Singing softly under his breath, the man of enormous proportions and is intently stripping raw meat from a bone with his teeth. Unwashed red hairs falling onto his face, his beard is matted and blood-stained, and the aforementioned teeth look more like fangs than any other human. This is Ulfar. A less knowledgeable person might not recognize the giant humanoid, but you're well aware that he's a space marine, and we got another quest. Scar tattoos on his body, which at first appear abstract and primitive, together form an angular image of a wolf's mouth with scarred fangs. The person must be the genetic offspring of Lehman Russ, the space wolf of Fenris. Fenris told ya.
Fenris Yoda, mortal. You know the old words.
Not like his voice
Good
speech.
words. Strong as a rock. Sharp as the blade of a force axe. Deadly as a kraken's tooth.
The words are spoken in a guttural rasp of an invertebrate killer, wholly in keeping the man's formidable appearance, but you do not expect him to slip in poetic epithets so readily. What do you want? Is what he
What
asks.
do you want?
Oh, okay. Study him real quick. Huge body with straggly, overgrown red hair perfectly suits the deep, chilling voice of this man, or of this beast in the guise of a man. Tribal scar-like tattoos cover his chest, arms, and back, and you glimpse intricate braids in his massive unwashed hair. His body bears so many pale scars you cannot count them all, and muscles bulge underneath like boulders. He looks like a statue carved from stone. Clear that captivity has sapped a prisoner of none of his physical power. Your assessment is confirmed when you spot the remains of Drukhari in the pile of carrion on his feet, likely one of the Homunculus' servants. The Drukhari flesh appears to be making a fine snack for your new acquaintance. Who are you?
I am a wolf.
How'd you come to be here?
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronis Expanse.
Okay, so this was that, like,
There
group of
was a
space
battle.
marines they talked about at the beginning of the
And
game.
then the young
Oh, Jesus.
wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes and clean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down.
Okay, cool.
Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
Right. If I remember, they're obviously very, like, space Viking inspired. Tell me more about your brothers.
That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know
That's fair.
nothing of the Emperor's angels? The
Must plan to
space
escape,
wolves
yes.
of And why do you want to know?
Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
Answered just as obliquely. There must have been a reason for this bloody riposte. For a moment, the vicious grin loses some of its sincerity, and blood-thirsty prisoner casts an intense, scrutinizing look at your face, as if trying to read your thoughts. Listen to what he's singing. Not know the language, seems crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity as of a form of Gothic, while also sounding similar to the rumble of a landslide. Woohoo! We're not doing that. Okay.
I crafted those verses myself for a brother who fell a century ago. He was a good warrior, and he had a good death.
Warrior such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals. Me and my captor.
Well,
It's about time.
nothing over here. It shows that it doesn't appear on the actual map. Okay, well, let's see if we can say anything. What's the quest about him say? Well, odd. Okay. You know what? Fine. We'll give you the materials. Because I really don't think there's another reason. Alright. Discuss what you expect from me. Last time I saw Mazzari, last time I was in the arena, I saw Mazzari. What was he doing there? Mary must have been weakened by the deleterious influence of the controlling worms. Archon's court condemned him. That brazen, ambitious, woefully impudent whelp. He was cast down from Dracon's little cabal, but earned the good graces of the witches of the Fatal Thirst in his very first fight in the arena. He was invited to join their finest, blood-stained proselytes. Some say he was involved in the death of their succubus, Tazara. If so, then Mazzari may be disappointed by the reception in the ranks of the cult. What is their quarrel with the witches? Lately, they have shown arrogance and disrespect towards me. They want to rise in the eyes of the Archon and belittle me. They rank their tasteless flesh dances above my art. They come to my abode and gawk at my treasured secrets. It is time the chasm was reminded that witches, too, can bleed. Okay, well, no option for that.
Victory awaits.
Okay, so I don't think anything we can do right now from there. Alright, let's go kill the Mr. Commissar and get our private place. Also, now that we're significantly stronger in both having another party member and having all of our gear, we can go try and fight that thing in the mangled sector. That's another option. Okay. Let's go. Where are you, Cabelli? Over here. Yep. How's it going, Cabela?
For we are thy blades, washed in blood and darkness. For we are thy wings, broken and featherless. When the crimson flood comes and the river of death flows, guard us from weakness. Burn away the fear and despair that stain our souls, for they are thine to claim.
Cool. Did you manage to learn anything useful while you were in captivity?
All I heard was that accursed Xenos butcher
Hey, that's, yeah.
boasting about another stolen son. Was it the truth? Or was it just another lie told by the Undying One's enemies? I do not know.
You wish to speak with me?
You. That sounds so strange, considering how many me's were made. Can you be sure you are talking to the same woman you were close to? For all you know, you left her body lying there in the Xenos' cage, where we died and rose to profane life so many times over. And now, just when I need the blood-spun web the most, my family, my pillar, is so far away. I didn't notice it at first. This cold that cloaked my shoulders and has been weighing them down ever since we came to this dark city. The cold of solitude. Everything around me feels wrong, repulsive to my nature. But you You don't feel this petrifying fear, do you? Your world and the world of the Xenos aren't all that different, are they? Both are full of duplicity and masks that cover fake aspirations and a hunger for pleasure.
I'll hold it against you. You're tired and wounded. You're not thinking straight.
Are you, Domin? We are trapped in a waking nightmare that
Sounding a
scorns
little
all
heretical,
that is
Cabela.
holy. How do I know that the Xenos rot hasn't poisoned you, too? Our bond, Domin. Our bond was a mistake. I can't pass this trial because my thoughts are distracted by pointless worries. My grief is all the bitterer for knowing the truth. Though worry for you stabs at my mind without remit, yours is occupied with thoughts of another. The one you've tied yourself to, in the same way we are bound. Venai Cassia, I've seen the way she looks at you, the way you look at her.
Oh my god, we're finally
You
getting
crave
this
her
information.
fluttering soul. Why? Is it because it's so easy to break? The very orchestrator of our capture, Vil Irliet. Your bond is but one of the reasons why we couldn't foresee the betrayal. And you would trust her with your shadow? Let her breathe the same air we do? Whatever has stretched the thread between us, we must stop it. It blurs our reason, robs our thoughts of their cold clarity, makes us lose the path through the labyrinth. The Vizier told us.
Yeah, sorry, Cabela. You are not winning the romance line on this one. She's gonna respond here with, like, you know, no, it is the time now because we're in a terrible location. Let's not do that. Maybe we do this. Yeah, let's try this. This is probably not going to end well, but
The tenets of the blood-spun web give us purpose, a destiny in his service. How could I even consider... Then again, the Vizier also didn't consider a place as poisoned as this. The Dark City's shadows will hide my every trespass against the blood-spun web. And I will emerge purified, strong, untarnished. Leave me, Domin. I must
okay, well, we'll see where that goes. Because she isn't necessarily like a paladin where she gets special powers from that.
Unharmed.
We already know this. But sure.
You were asking why? How could I have trusted a monkey, Elantok? After Muaran told me that it was your kind that had attacked Cruderok. After I glimpsed a piece of Cruderok in your chambers. I saw that monkey hearts were full of hatred for me and my kin. And I saw how indifferent you were to the troubles of my kind. What else was I to do? Of the two sorrows, I chose the one that was closer to my blood. which is why I tried to find my dark cousin on the day he attacked Dargonus. I used the commotion to slip away unnoticed, and wandered the streets like a shadow in search of its owner. My efforts were futile. I returned to the palace in confusion. I waited for my fresh wounds to stop aching, and for the watchfulness of the surrounding monkey to fade like the mist on an autumn morning. But still, I had my doubts. Perhaps, I thought, I should discuss it openly with you. That monkey Achilles. There was something wrong about him. He kept disappearing at night, so one day I followed him. Achilles was contacting Marajai, using an artifact that transmitted his master's orders. That is how I learned that the burnt monkey was about to betray you. Which meant my only chance to discover the fate of my homeworld was about to slip through my fingers. I could not wait any longer.
I feel like we missed
killed
this.
Achilles, took the artifact, and demanded answers from Marajai. He hinted at where I could go to look for the truth. You know what happened next.
She just said that.
My
Did you kill him?
words will hardly console you, Elantark, but I killed the traitor. I fear the Dark Ones left too many scars on his fragile soul.
That's fair. Being killed by a
Your
Xenos would
loyal
be seen as
monkey
like
broke.
dying in the line of duty
So
for
I gifted
someone of
him
the
a
Order of
swift
Xenos,
death.
right?
Free from the shame of betrayal. So says a butterfly struggling in the dark city's web. I will be close, Elantark.
Cool. Alright, how's Pascal doing?
May these instructions protect the machines. May the filters of knowledge. May your...
I think you have to, like, say time to go twice. Alright, let's save. Let's try to kill this man. And if there was no purpose in killing them, then, you know. You traitorous maggot. Yes, yes, you got me. I'm a traitorous maggot. Just keep it down. What did Malice do to cross you? Probably what was mine. The Skeleton realized I'd been left without a patron. He brought his gang into my den, this den, and then took it away, and my arena portal with it. Then went on grazing my pastures and snatching new arrivals who were supposed to be mine. What do you intend to do now? I'll keep supplying meat for the arena. Without Malice around, all human captives will be mine to collect, and I'll have plenty of material to light our gracious hosts with. Believe you have a problem. I survived. Is that a problem? You're not going to, I don't know, kill me here, are you? Most unwise. Mouse used to be the one who would get you things as 5, but now I've taken over. If you kill me, who will supply you with good weapons, stimulants, and armor? How about a deal? You take part in my show, and I give you access to the stories of the Resistance. You just keep your mouth shut, and you figure off the trigger. I kind of want to say this, but I also want it to be combined with 2. So we'll do the 2. You still owe me pay up. Well, the Emperor does want his loyal children to support each other, considers humble grift for not dying. That's actually a good item. Alright, let's see what we got. No, we just get stuff. Yeah, there's no reputation. Yeah, those are pretty crazy stimulants. Advanced grenades, basically. Alright, let's look at the actual items here. More crit chance every time they dodge. That is pretty good. That's also very good. Good. And what about this guy? Oh, that's really good, especially if someone went down the executioner thing, where you're actually focusing on bleeding. Okay, really quickly. This sword actually might be worth getting for you. You lose some armor pen, but like... Although Brutal Strike is really good. And it doesn't cause bleeding by itself, so it's actually not as important. But thing to consider. It's just better to have the Capolite because we have higher agility, so whatever. And then last but not least, a Sword Dancer Cloak and the boots. Do that. Single shots are good. And then the cloak. What do you got for your cloak? We want the more consistent thing there. Armor pen and such is pretty important. And also parry reduction. Obviously, if our attack gets parried, then we're kind of not in a good location. Dodge reduction for that is very nice because, you know, she doesn't have the highest weapons or the highest ballistic skill in the world. Could do the beggar's weapon, but we'll just stick with needle pistol. Okay. Well, fine. You get to keep living. And I suppose we really will end up trying to kill the creature down in the abyss. Nope, no. This one. Alrighty. Let's not fail this athletics check. Okay. Now we're a bit better equipped. And we also know, pay attention to the evil that is him getting an extra turn.
Smite the Xenos!
Okay. So we want to be as far away as possible. Because this guy is definitely going to get an extra turn. This. Combat Locust. This.
Nothing I can't do.
This can just go here, I suppose.
Not a problem for me.
Okay. Maybe just Stronghold. Could also do this. So every time it kills, yeah, so every time it kills, we don't honestly care too much about that. What about our pistol here? Okay, so I've got 1 AP to spend here. I think this is the most reasonable usage of that. I should have used that first. Well. Okay. So.
This tedium is beneath me.
$30, $45. Yeah, this one just hits so target. But we are likely to get a crit this way. Fire. Yep, thought so. Crit does not have enough. And we get a shot now. Oh my god, literally did. Compare that to how it went last time. Biomechanical creature is flying its limbs faintly. Its body is broken and bears signs of combat, but it seems no one is planning to repair it. You can see the glistening flesh under the cracked carapace and the bunches of wires that permeate it. The armor plate rises heavily and the creature emits a wistful, cracking sigh full of regret. Claude Pascal's mechadendrite clings loudly. The visor emits a series of clicks and switches to observation spectrum. Pascal's hands automatically reach for the combi tool in his belt, even as his eyes closely watch the dying creature. Examine the creature. Every limb of the creature, the hard ones on skeletal paws and flexible ones on metallic cords, is equipped with a variety of implements similar to surgical tools. Jagged circular saws, twisted drills, and vibrating microscalpels promise unbearable pain. You can clearly see the inside of the mechanisms through the holes in its armor. Its guts can open to drag the hamstrung victim inside. Once the victim finds themselves inside the monster's stomach, they will be pierced by injectors that will liquefy them. The substance will drain the reservoirs and tail under the creature. Haskell, would you like to study this? Request approved. Haskell eagerly unfolds his mechadendrites, and they all rush forward towards the monster. A shrieking drill cuts deep into armor, while a hungry claw snaps off chunks of the flesh pierced with strands of metal wire. The creature thrashes and wheezes, but cannot escape the merciless vivisection. I mean, it was going to kill us, so, like, whatever. And obviously, not too much sympathy for it. It's, you know, I know it's probably some, like, poor soul that's been horribly modified, stuff like that. But, yeah, unfortunately, it sucks to suck. Cool motive, still murder. The creature thrasher wheezes cannot escape the merciless vivisection. The collected samples are sent to a portable analyzer and tech freeze visor clicks according to procedure and picked images. Suddenly he freezes and takes a step back. Process interrupted. Operational collision has been detected. What made you stop? The unit is under the influence of conflicting impulses. The operational vector of cognition dictates the necessity of studying this subject. The operational vector of obeying the Omnissiah and his universal law dictates the necessity of recoiling from the subject and purifying it. The operational vector of adoration before his might dictates the necessary reverence for the subject where the natural spirit resides in synthesis with that of the machine. What is the machine built for? Construct is a mobile execution chamber. A subject is immobilized by the implements placed inside the construct, subjected to highly painful disposal biochemical injection. Biological remains are preserved in the built-in reservoir of the construct. Initial chemical analysis of the remain yields an abnormal result. It is as if the pain of the victims in the machine is dissolved in them, the circulating the metal veins of this creature. It can feel everything. Internal damage indicates that the unit has been in combat. Hypothesized constructor sent it to the arena. Based on the current condition, the result of the combat test was unsatisfactory. Otherwise, the unit might have been repaired. The engine of pain, Elantok. An executioner created by the depravity of my twisted cousins. Living flesh fused to the mechanisms whose sole purpose is to inflict as much pain as it can. Dark ones are caught in the cycle of torment, desperately seeking pleasure at the suffering of others. The machine is but an instrument of their endless desire, a symbol of what they're willing to do to slake their thirst and fear that consumed them. Is this thing more than a perversion and outrage to you? Categorization is correct. The object is perversion and outrage, one dangerously close to creation of the anathemized abominable intelligence. But it's also a miracle of his boundless polymorphism. Oh. Mend it. Request denied. Damage critical. Okay, thought so. You're an explorer. Study it before it gives up the ghost. Request approved is doctrinally correct, right? Because you have an authority thing here giving... Basically, is that a stalemate between the multiple directives. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let ignorance be discontinued. Cool.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
I wonder where that will come back. Ooh, we got a heavy weapon. We haven't been using really heavy ones. Fire rate 9. 5 to 6, it's not really that much. 10% armor pen. I guess it's got decent... right, it's got the toxic ability, but I don't really see that being all too great. Another object to give the dude. That can definitely just go.
None shall stand in
Alright,
my
cool.
way.
Let's save. Oh, we have 12 minutes.
Just as I was taught.
Beautiful.
Done.
More melta charges and some grenades. Yep. Alright, well, with that, we will end this here. The gang is getting back. Actually, some good scrub. The gang is getting back together. We gotta go rescue others. I'm certain we are probably acquiring that Space Marine as a companion. And maybe Mazzari? Question mark? But yeah, we killed this thing. Absolutely comical, the difference in our first attempt and the second attempt. Some of the attempt for Lura just literally one-turned it. As she does. Yeah, we have really good equipment for Lura.